What's up? My name's Steff Johnson. Welcome to Behind the Work, a series where I explain my poetry. And I'm in Kentucky right now. And this is a great spot. And I'm like, why not record a video? So I've been talking too much. Here's this week's poem titled A Pond Review. I take in the pond just like I read, extremely slow, hoping not to miss anything. I study how the water dances with the breeze. It's so renowned, I examine in disbelief. I read books as one would look at a pond, searching for more, seeking each word as if a swan. I turn the page, seeing the waves go on and on. It captivates all of the wisdom in which I long. So the reason that I wrote this poem was because I wanted to try to be creative as possible and combine two of the things that I enjoy the most, and that is reading and nature. And this is what came out of this. So here's the poem, A Pond Review. I take in the pond just like I read, extremely slow, hoping not to miss anything. I study how the water dances with the breeze. It's so renowned, I examine in disbelief. I read books as one would look at a pond, searching for more, seeking each word as if a swan. I turn the page, watching the waves go on and on. It captivates all of the wisdom in which I long. This was a chance for me to just combine two completely opposite things to somehow morph them into each other. And I believe I was somewhat successful. And I wrote this so long ago that I really don't even know the context in which I wrote it. But it's pretty straightforward, pretty self-explanatory. So I won't add any new interpretations or any new contexts to it since it's been so long ago. In the first two lines is me saying, I take in the pond just like I read, extremely slow. I do a lot of reading and I read extremely slow. So it requires a lot of time for me to sit down and read. And I've just started some classes, and something that would take someone 30 minutes to read, it'd probably take me 45 minutes to an hour to read. And this is the same way that I've learned to adopt that ideal into the way that I observe nature, because I believe nature is just as important as those words in the book. And the second two couplets, I study how the water dances with the breeze. It's so renowned, I examine in disbelief. These words are not accidental. I chose the words like study, renown, and disbelief because those are all terms that we use to explain a text that we've read. If you're opening a book and you need something for a test, you'd have to study that book. If someone is reviewing a book, they will say, oh, it was so renowned. And if there's a book that keeps you on the edge of your seat, you're reading it in suspended disbelief. So I chose those words on purpose. And if you look at the first stanza, it's me reflecting on nature. And the second stanza is when I reflect on taking in knowledge or wisdom or essentially just reading. I read books as one would look at a pond, searching for more, seeking each word as if a swan. I turn the page, watching the waves go on and on. It captivates all of the wisdom in which I long. One thing that stands out to me now that I reread this, and even that I've looked at the video again, is that the swan, seeking each word as if a swan. I'm 95% sure when I wrote that there was a swan in the pond that I was looking at, and I'm like, wow, this really takes all my attention. This really takes all my energy. This is really some of the most graceful things ever. And that's the way that I look at words in a book. I think it's so amazing to me how if you remove 3 words from any paragraph, they can genuinely change the scope of the entire paragraph. And you can even simplify that down to a sentence in punctuation. The wrong punctuation and a sentence have a totally different meaning. So yeah, that's all I got. A very short video for the sake of me recording this so long ago. So stay tuned, and thank you for your time.